Hello and welcome to our yoga practice together. That today is a very low to the ground, grounding yoga with a no flow. So we'll go from pose to pose to pose. We'll be seated, we'll be laying down. It's a perfect just maybe Sunday afternoon practice or sometime after you have been on your legs a lot or just want to practice yoga and not doing any of the vinyasas. Grounding and nurturing, and we'll start with a chant, the Gayatri mantra, and then we'll start our stretches from the head all the way down to the toes. So welcome. Take a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on a pillow and I have my two blocks and a strap for assistance if I might need it during our time together today. So let's take the palms together in front of the heart, and I'll have the Gayatri mantra running below right here if you would like to join and sing to the light within and to the light around us, and just kind of helping us to tap into that inner light that we have and raising our frequencies to an appropriate level that's meant for us. We'll close our eyes, take a couple of nice deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Joining in when you're ready. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. We'll do it 2 more times. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Take a nice inhale and exhale, releasing the hands, opening your eyes, and we'll place the hands onto the knees, whether you're sitting with your knees forward or knees out to the side, maybe on a block. Sit comfortably, and let's drop our right ear towards the right shoulder and enjoy a neck stretch. And we'll just start right here, breathing, softening, relaxing the left shoulder away from the ear, and maybe we'll take 3 breaths with our right hand onto the right side of the head, just a gentle extra pressure if needed. And gently take the hand onto that right side and bring your head upright and drop your left ear to your left shoulder, stretching into that right side of the waist. Focusing onto that right shoulder area, neck, and taking our left hand over onto the right ear, side of the head, getting a little extra gentle pressure if we so needed it. Another breath right here. And release the hand to the side of the head and take your head upright. Taking your right arm up and over, just up towards the sky. Maybe it comes over towards the ear, and then we go into the deeper layers of the waist. We might have felt it during the neck stretch as well. Pressing that left hand down, the right arm is above, and then take it up and over, right hand down, left arm up to the sky, sit bones down, side body long, bicep towards ear. Few more breaths right here. And we'll do it again, lifting nice and tall through the core. Inhale and exhale. And gently come all the way back up and over, taking the left arm all the way up. And gently bringing it all the way back to the center, and take the blanket or pillow or block away, and we're gonna come all the way down onto our backs, please. No fancy way, we're just laying down onto our back and taking our lower back in towards the mat, feet all the way together, starting with figure 4, right ankle over the left knee, taking your hands, interlacing them underneath the left hamstring group, and putting an appropriate amount of pressure onto your leg, and having a good time in towards your right rotators, glutes, hamstring layers, IT band. We'll take a few breaths here, breathing either through the nose or through the mouth, whichever works the best. Make sure that you're nice and warm and cozy. One more breath. And exhale, releasing the left foot down and switching sides, right foot, and then the left ankle is over the right knee, and then hands around the right hamstring layers, and checking and see how it feels into that left outer hip area. Rotators, glutes, sacrum down, toning into the belly button, getting some good fluid movement into the hips, making sure that that hip socket is nice and movable at all times. Few more breaths right here, and then exhale, take your right foot down and take your feet on each side of the mat, and the knees can come together, arms out to the side, and then take the right knee down in the center and the left knee out to the side. Take your left ankle over your right knee, taking that figure 4 into a supine form. Inhale and exhale. And take the left foot off of the right knee and take your legs up. Take your knees together, feet on each side of the mat, and then take your left knee into the center, right knee out to the side, and kind of a fallen figure 4 version. Hip flexors, quads, and the whole hip area, lower belly, lower back, all of that. Take your right ankle over your left knee. If it works, if it feels like it's too much, then we just leave the right foot down onto the mat. Couple more breaths right here. And gently release your right foot. Take your legs all the way back up and bring your feet together, your knees into the chest and hands around the knees, and then we'll trace all the 3 sides of the sacrum. Knee stays together so that we're hugging our midline and staying plugged in. And then we'll go 3 laps the other way around. Sacrum, sacrum, sacrum side, and we'll do another lap right here. Excellent. Take the hands underneath the knees for a little bit more forgiving rolling up. So we're going to roll ourselves up, and then we're going to roll back down. We'll do 3 rolls. Plugging in and coming back up. And plugging in, just creating a little bit of heat, and coming back up. We'll do 1 more. And then we're going to roll ourselves down. And right knee into the chest, left leg out, hip flexor release, plugging the right femur in, spread the toes, knee to chest, active stretching and massaging into the organs by hugging that right leg in, extending your right leg up to the sky, hands around the hamstrings, extend out through the mounds of the big toes, and give yourself a few breaths right here. You might even press those hands downward so you're feeling a good plugging in into that right sit bone, and it kind of evens out the hips and the shoulders. It feels really good. It's like a nice little correction tip for the hips. 1 more breath.
And then walking the hands up towards the ankle, elbows out to the side, head towards knee. We'll stay one more breath right here. And gently take the right knee in and switch to the second side. Left knee into the chest, right leg forward. And just hugging that left knee in, plugging the femur in, getting some good amount of pressure into the organs and getting the whole juiciness of the digestive system going as well. And then taking the left leg up to the sky. So it's the whole body involved, muscles, ligaments, tendons, organs, the skin, certainly the bones. Even though we might not be stretching necessarily the bones, but we are certainly putting pressure on them and building resistance and strength and vitality. Walk your hands up towards your ankle, roll your shoulder blades off of the back, take the elbows out to the side. A few breaths right here. And then gently bring the left knee back down and extend it all the way out. Hook your thumbs, feet together, stretch the whole body from your feet to your hands, to your fingers, side body long. And then inhale, exhale, take the hands back down, take the knees into the chest. Take your right thigh over your left, so your right hamstring comes high up on your left for upward facing Gomukhasana pose. Cow face pose. You can take your hands around your hamstrings or around your ankles, around the side of the pinky toe, and then we're gently pulling those shin bones out to the side, and the sacrum comes down and the shoulder blades are down. We can put a little pressure onto the toes and press the side of the feet into the hands and get a little bit more reception and feedback in towards the whole iliac crest, like the whole outer layers of the thighs, from the hips and all the way down to the knees. And maybe you feel it in your hamstrings. Maybe you feel it in your adductors. Any place is good. Any release is good, anywhere. One more breath. And then gently release. And take your left foot down. Keep your legs crossed. Left foot down. Lift your hips. Take yourself into a side twist. And a few breaths. Inhale, exhale. Twisting into the belly, into the back. Do any adjustments that you need to do. One more breath. And then gently release the legs from here, leg over leg, and then come back to the center and come onto your sacrum. Then we'll take Gomukhasana onto your second side, which is left hamstring onto your right quad. Bring your knees up. Take your hands either around your hamstrings or feed them down onto your ankles, onto your pinky toe side, and enjoy that feeling. There's always some good feedback. Wherever the hands land for this one, there's some good feedback in towards the hips. So then we'll come and visit it sitting up as well in a little while. For now, we'll stay right here. Press the feet into the hands, hands into the feet, active stretching. Shoulder blades on the mat. A few breaths right here. Sacrum down, lower back slightly lifting. Take a breath into any of the tight areas. There's usually a lot in this one. One more breath, and then gently release the hands. Take your right foot down, arms out to the side. Lift your hips and take your right hip all the way down to the mat. Come to twist, supine twist. Twisting into the left side of the waist, into the lower back, and really into the whole spine. From the seat, from the sacrum, up to the base of the neck. Definitely emphasize on that lower lumbar side. we'll stay another breath here. And release the legs and stack them one on top of the other, and then we'll come back down and bring your sacrum to the mat. Take the hands under the knees. And first we'll just, before we actually roll again, we'll take the hands on the front side of the shins and hug everything in to make sure that we get the hips back in a nice layer. You can lift your head, you can have your head down, and then release it back down. Hands under the knees. We'll take 3 rolls again, just to keep the circulation going. We'll take it up and down, and to really plug into that core and finding that center, finding the front side of the spine, that where we keep our light, where we were singing our mantra and our chant and honoring this beginning of this practice. We can roll into our own light in the front of the spine and stay plugged in. Let's come on down and we'll stay down. Now from here, take your right arm inside your right leg and the hand outside of the foot and come to half happy baby. So we have the right knee down by the shoulder and the foot is out to the side, and the left leg can either be bent or it can come forward. Hip opening. A few breaths right here. One more breath. And switching to the second side. Left arm inside the left knee, hand outside of your foot. Take your right foot down, half happy baby. Your right foot can be flat, or you can extend your leg and have that nice elongation onto that whole right side of the quad. And the hand outside of the left foot. Shoulder blades down on the back. Press the mound of the root of the big toe up towards the sky. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here, and then gently take the knees into the chest. Full happy baby, arms inside the legs and hands outside of the feet. Inhale and exhale, and you might from here, I'll just take myself a little bit to the side so it's easy to see where the leg goes. So we'll maybe stay right here and maybe take that right toes towards the mat and then bring it back up and extend your left toes towards the mat and bring it back up or to your floor. We'll do it 2 more times, pressing out through the mound of the big toe and bring it back out and really activate the adductors, activate in towards hamstrings. And it's like a warrior stand, but supine form. It's like side to side, warrior 2 version. And now we come back in and take the knees into the chest, and then we roll ourselves all the way back up and come to a comfortable seat. I'll come sitting forward, and you can sit however you'd like to. Let's take, we'll start with hands next to the hips. This will be our starting point. Dandasana, staff pose. You can bring the chin in, stretch the back of the neck, and pressing the palms, the fingers, the knuckles down, not necessarily pressing down into the heel of the hands, but just gently taking it all the way down and lifting the whole back body. One more breath here. And then gently extending all the way back up. And take your right foot in towards your left adductors for Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Now this is where we might take a block for the hands, we might take a strap, we might take a block in front of the foot. So we can either be right here and certainly plug something underneath your knee. You know the drill in case you feel like you needed something under the knee. So we can sit right here and extend. So we're kind of keeping that Dandasana shape if that's what our back is calling us to do. We could also take our arms up to the sky, bring the ribs in, and then come forward and take the hands around the foot. Some of you are going to take the block in front of the foot, and I know that you know how to do that, so I don't even have to instruct that, because that is something that you who want a little bit extra into your hamstrings and lower back will do. Elbows out to the side, head towards the knee. Janu Shirshasana. Janu is the knee, Shirsha is the head to knee pose. Anywhere up or middle or down whatever is working for you. A few breaths right here. And then gently take it all the way back up and take your right foot flat and extend your right leg, and then we'll take the left leg. Janu Shirshasana. Take your left foot in towards your right adductors. Take your arms up to the sky, bring the ribs in, belt awareness to the belly button, and then hinge and fold hands somewhere. Either if you have your strap, or you have your block, or you have your hand somewhere around the lower leg. Inhale, exhale, so it's a big abdominal curl to stretch out the back side of the body, and then we hinge and fold from there. Take the head towards the knee, elbow out towards the sides, long spine. A few more breaths right here, and gently taking ourselves up from there and switching sides, stretching the legs forward. Come back to Dandasana. And then take your right foot in, take the foot flat onto the floor this time around. You can take a little wider on the mat. Take your left hand onto your right shin, take your right arm up, and then from there we're gonna come all the way forward and just kind of hold on to that shin for a moment to see that we're having like the leg organized. Sometimes it wants to kind of fly away and do its own thing, so we're just anchoring it in here and getting a nice shoulder stretch on the right side. And then if we feel secure, we let go of the foot and come forward and fold over the front leg and coming into more of a lower back hip opener. So the right foot stays nice and anchored in. Inhale and exhale. Lumbar lower back release. Elbows out to the side, or you have your strap. We'll take another breath here. And gently taking it all the way back up and extending the right leg forward, taking the left foot flat onto the mat. Take your right hand onto your left shin, take your left arm up, and we're just securing that left foot with our variation of Mariegreenyoga. Left hand over towards the right foot, and there should be a nice stretch into that left shoulder. You can inhale and exhale and move about. And if you feel like you're secure and feel like you need it or would like to go further, your body's asking you, then release your hand and hinge and fold forward. Head towards the knee. Lumbar, lower left side body, back. Inhale and exhale. Hinge and fold. Elbows out to the side. A few more breaths right here. And inhale, come all the way back up to a comfortable seat. Stretching the legs fully forward. Bring the arms up to the sky. Paschimottanasana, feet together. Bring the ribs in. Hinge and fold forward, hands on each side, and elbows out to the side. A few more breaths right here. And then gently extend. And then we're going to come up to all fours. Coming up to all fours. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. Tuck the toes under. We'll give ourselves a couple of cat-cows here. Arch the spine to the sky. Inhale, exhale. Get some good spinal waves going. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. And one more, arching the spine all the way up. And then we'll come to neutral spine and come all the way down onto the belly for shoulder stretch, taking our right shoulder out to the side and coming over onto the right side, stacking the feet. Long legs, and if you feel like your hips are ready and sacrum, you can kickstand your left foot behind you and maybe putting just the appropriate, most comfortable amount of pressure onto your right shoulder. And then gently come all the way back to the center and switch to the second side. Left arm out to the side, feet together. Maybe stacking the feet to start with to get that long feeling in the legs and all the way from the hips. Take your right foot, maybe kickstand it behind you. Inhale and exhale. Give ourselves another few breaths here, and breathing into that left shoulder. Few more breaths. And exhale. Come all the way on to the belly. Take in your hands by the shoulders and come into a low cobra. Getting comfortable, maybe with your feet wide. And just holding our cobra and checking in with the back body. Lifting the palms. Pulling the ears back. A few more breaths right here. And exhale, bring it back down. Take your hands, interlace them onto your sacrum, or keep your hands next to your shoulders, any of the ones that we just did. And then from there, roll the shoulder blades up and away, lift your torso, extend your hands behind you. You can keep your feet down, focusing on the whole backside. One more breath, and then exhale, take it back down, hands by the shoulders, and we'll come to child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. Inhale and exhale. You can get yourself down onto your child's pose with your seat all the way towards the heels, and with your big toes together, arms are stretching forward. Full active child's pose. Inhale and exhale. And then gently come all the way back up onto all fours, and we're going to come and have a seat, please. So let's come with your legs forward onto the mat. So we're going to just sit ourselves forward. Take the right leg into our half happy baby. We were here earlier. We're just kind of moving it a little bit back and forth. So we took that happy baby pose to a seat. Yeah, knee back and forth, just a little bit of hip flossing. One breath right here, and then take your right knee over your left knee for our half Gomukasana that was promised earlier, I believe, on our back. Take our arms up to the sky. Now this can certainly also become like a figure four, seated, or leg on the floor. It does not have to cross over. Your knees will tell you, so make sure to listen to what feels the best. Bring your arms up, bring the ribs in, and then we'll hinge and fold forward, pressing the left heel down. There's a slight micro bend in towards the left knee, and then we'll just hinge and fold forward here. There might be a strap involved. Breathing, inhaling, exhaling. A few more breaths right here. Elbows out to the side. A few more breaths. And then gently come all the way up and switch to the second side. We'll take our left leg into a half happy baby, and so the knee is on the outside, and we'll take it down and back up a little bit, a few times, back and forth, and back and forth, this way and that way. And then we'll hold it back and take our leg knee over knee. So half cow face pose with your left knee over your right knee, or figure four, or Janu Shirshasana where we were earlier. Activate into your ankles and lift your arms up, bring your ribs in, and then hinge and fold forward, hands on each side. And we'll take ourselves forward into half Gomukasana pose, releasing into the hips, lower back, IT band. Anything that's holding us back, we'll just flip on the switches and make the force of life force flow through us. Inhale and exhale. We'll stay another 2 breaths here. One more breath, and then gently take it all the way back up. Take your knee into the chest, extend it all the way out, and then we'll come onto our tabletop again. There's no down dogs in this sequence at all.
arch the spine up to the sky, and hollow, and exhale, and hollow. Inhale, exhale, we'll do one more. And then from here, we're going to come to pigeon pose with our right knee in the front. You're just going to walk our legs forward, prop yourself up with blankets or pillows underneath the right hip if needed. Take a little look over onto your left quad, that it's facing down, the toes are down, the heel is up, and then we'll come down comfortably, wherever that is for us. We're not collapsing into that front leg, we're holding the energy nice and strong. So kind of pressing down the right shin and extending forearms down. Inhale and exhale. Breathing into any of the tight areas and just enjoying that nice open feeling through the right hip, through the ankle, through the knee. We'll stay one more breath. And then gently hands to the mat. Make your way back to all fours and stretch your right leg all the way back and give yourself a little back and forth on the toes here. One more breath, and then come back with your shape of a tabletop. Arch your spine, which is engaging into the belly button, and take your left leg underneath you for pigeon pose. Extend your right leg behind you, and then we have found our second side of pigeon. And forearms are either on a block, or you might have something underneath your left hip, so we're not falling over to the side, but checking to see that we have our right toes down, we have our quad facing down, and we're staying right there. As long as it's comfortable, we stay there and enjoy our pigeon pose onto the left side. Inhale and exhale. Few more breaths. And then gently take your hands next to your shoulders and make your way back to tabletop from the core. The belly button is helping us to move through, just like in any vinyasa that we sometimes do. And then we stretch the left foot back and give yourself a little back and forth. So the ankle, the toes, the ankle, the knee, the hip kind of comes back into a nice straight on and straight back form. One more breath right here. And then let's take a comfortable seat onto our ankles and stretch into the ankles. We're just going to sit right here and take a little pause, stretching into the ankles. You can take your hands on your lap. Inhale and exhale. And gently open your eyes. From here, we are coming into our Gomukhasana pose, full force, right leg over the left. So left is back, right is forward, and then the feet are coming to the side. Now take a pillow or a block to sit on if needed, or you make your way down and sit onto your sit bones and enjoy that. And here we are, sitting in our Gomukhasana hip opening form and pose. Hands can come to the knees. These are the feet. Hands can come to the feet. You can hold there and have some place for your hands to rest. Or we can take our arms out and take our right arm underneath and left over and come to Gomukhasana, arms and legs. And we can fold ourselves down and hinge ourselves with our elbows and knees together. And our thumbs can come to the third eye. And then we just surrender into the hips, into the opening of the hips. of the whole area. Lower back, hips, thighs, hamstrings, IT bands, knees, ankles. And gently raise yourself back up from there and release the hands, hands behind, and lifting the legs up and switching sides, taking our right leg under and the left leg comes over knee, and we might be sitting on a block or a pillow or something for comfort. I can sure feel both sides a lot, and maybe you can too. Maybe that's why you're here, to release into the hips. Hands can be somewhere along the feet, the legs, wherever it feels comfortable. We'll just sit down for a moment and let the sit bones even out. And then if we're ready and we want to add the arms, we take the arms out and take the left arm under the right and palms together, thumbs to third eye, and then we can fold forward and take our arms, our elbows towards the knees and kind of surrendering to that forward fold and breathing. And there's different turns in the hips for sure. Different feelings. It's like fireworks a little bit. Gomukasana. Few more breaths right here. Inhale and exhale. And slowly bring it all the way back up, arms out to the side, and then take your legs in, legs all the way in, open up the legs wide for Upavishta Konasana, heels down, toes up, flaunt your toes, take your left hand down, take your right arm up and over, and get some nice openness into the side of the body, into the hips, into the legs, and take it up and over, second side, right hand down, left arm up and over, and we'll do it one more time, taking it all the way up and over, and up and over, second side, and gently come towards the center and make your way forward to Upavishta Konasana, forward fold, seated either upright and enjoying sitting, sit bones down. Maybe that will shift into something positive in the hips. Maybe we'll come forward and we just bow in. Maybe we make pillows out of the hands. We're checking to see that we have active legs. Four corners of the knees are up. Mounds of the big toe is active. Toes are open. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. And then gently raise yourself back up, hands underneath the knees, cross your legs and come to seated, maybe on a pillow or blanket. I'm going to put a shirt on because I'm feeling a little cold. Maybe you have a shawl or something to put on, or maybe you are somewhere where it's nice and warm. We have December where I am, and the winds have changed to winter for sure. So let's make yourself comfortable and sit with me for a closing of meditation. Maybe we'll start with a couple of breaths just to bring ourselves back in to the body, and either hands in the knees or hands in the lap, whichever feels good. I'm going to turn my palms down for a little bit more rooting and grounding, and I'm going to turn my thumb and index together for connecting everything around us and myself. So we'll do that. Closing the eyes, giving ourselves 3 nice deep breaths, however you'd like to breathe. And from there, we're sliding to a few moments of meditation together where we just sit and savor the beautiful practice we just did together of creating a little bit more light frequency and quota in our body by doing some nice and gentle yet deep poses just by sitting and laying down. We'll take all of that into our meditation. Gently bring your awareness back into your room, your awareness back into your body. From here, you could continue sitting if you feel called, or you could also lay down into Shavasana and letting your arms and your legs relax and letting the whole system kind of absorb all those seated and laying down poses just by laying flat on our back. I thank you so much for joining me, and if you enjoy this class, please share it with a friend, subscribe to my channel, and visit my website mariegreenyoga.com to find out and learn about my next upcoming yoga retreats. I go to Maui and Mexico and Costa Rica for the year of 2023. I'm very excited, and I hope that you can join me in one of those. Namaste.